Adam requires 72.
Adam here just been making a bit of a mess on the approach plate, but nothing wrong with that.
First leg, Adam Lipscomb.
And although it's a hold, that'll almost feel like a bit of a break.
Up looking for 117, and Lipscomb, having already taken out a 72, will be wary of what he can do at around the 96 distance. But tops to level up.
Game shot on the second leg.
Decent start to this
Henderson.
game. 15 data, 1-1. Well, his stay in this game may
80.
not be too much longer because Henderson comes back for 80 to complete the job. The bookmaker's favourite for the week. He's got a dart at tops to secure his first win.
40.
But that is now 3 from
Adam
14 when it's come to the
40.
doubling.
And the average is sort of slipped to around where he's been in recent months, mid-80s.
30.
Not punished.
John require 40.
Adam will be. Hendo loves tops.
And the love affair with that target and both the Super
Henderson.
Series continues. John Henderson picks up his first win of the week, beating Adam Lipscomb by 4 legs to 1. He came in as the lofty favourite to go on and pick up the weekly title. He is kicked off with a performance which, in the scoring stakes, would be quite pleasing, but the 4 from 17 in terms of the checkouts is something to work on as the week goes along. Adam Lipscomb just didn't quite harbour himself as many opportunities as he would have liked. Work for him to do. Coming up after the break is a first look at James Hurrell and Michels this week.
Game shot on the third leg, Michels.
Clean enough, wasn't it? 17 dart instant break back. Pressure on the 25.
Now, he's only going to
Game
get
shot
one at
and
double
the
two
match,
to win the
Michels.
match by 4 legs to 2. And James Hurrell spurred a couple of darts with a 3-0 lead. And Michels completes 4 legs on the trot to get over the line. An average in the end of 87.77, 4 out of 7 on the finishing. But 9 missed darts at double, including 2 for a 3-0 lead. Came back to cost James Hurrell in the end. Coming up after the break. Is he finish? No, he's 54. It's Kantele up against Sherrock. All about setting up from here. How much she'd love a ton to leave her favourite double 18.
96.
Yeah, had to come away.
164.
Look far too inviting to find another trouble and bust her score. This has been a very, very good performance indeed.
45. Fallon
Tops to complete
40.
the job.
Game shot.
And Sherrock completes a 4-0 victory with an average of 105.5. The Queen of the Palace has set out a statement performance to start. Have a look at those statistics on the right-hand side of your screen. 105.47 the average, 4 out of 8 when it came to the finishing. Kantele averaged 97 himself and only had 4 darts at a double, but he missed a lot of them. Sherrock then off the mark, a 4-0 victory. That's the end of round 1. Coming up after the break is James Hurrell up against John Henderson.
56 for 2-0, and this is a similar start to what he made
Game shot on the second
against
leg,
Marino,
James
and
Hurrell.
from 2-0 up, what did he miss? A couple of darts, didn't he? Yeah, just by his consistency.
Tots a Hendo to get a leg on the board.
Game shot on the third
Back to
leg,
2-1
John
it is.
Henderson.
Oh, what a time.
190. James require 56.
And suddenly the pressure's on Hurrell to save the match.
Double 16. Oh,
24. John, you require 44.
Oh, we love a bit of Motown. Can Hendo find 4 tops? There you
Game
go.
shot. And the
Hendo
match,
gets
John
over the
Henderson.
line. 4-2 in the end. For the second time today, Hurrell led 2-0 and then lost the next 4. So it's Henderson making it 2 from 2, and he tops the table. Up next, Sherrock takes on Adam Lipscomb.
Adam, you require 82.
Bull for double 16. That's
Game
incredible
shot on
from
the
Adam
flag, Adam
Lipscomb. An
Lipscomb.
82 finish as plum can get to level up at 2 apiece.
A little
Adam,
bit
you
of
require
pressure
50.
is to stay in the match.
Game on the sixth leg, Adam Lipscomb.
His doubling was an issue in his opening match, 1 from 7.
Tops is what she's looking at. And tops
Game
is what
shot
she gets.
and the match,
Fallon Sherrock goes
Sherrock.
2 from 2, getting the better of Adam Lipscomb by 4 legs to 3. Every single leg going by way of throw. And Fallon Sherrock, following that 105.5 average against Marco Kantele, follows up with 90.86, but importantly, joins John Henderson on 4 points in the group. The two favourites for many are the two players who are beginning to dictate proceedings here. Michels against Kantele in the all-European battle after this.
Such a level playing field now.
Game on the second leg.
If you're going to win
Kantele.
your first leg of the day, that's the way to do it, with a ton plus out.
This is how the Super Series can change on a pinhead, because we were looking at Kantele as possibly as good as getting the job done, and he may
13.
be now, because Michels has missed
Record
2
requires
to take
78.
us all the way. Superb first start, which means 2 at double 12. And the
Game
Finn's
shot
perfect
and
start.
the match,
Well, he gets off to a
Kantele.
start. He gets his first win in the winners' enclosure. He beats Moreno Michels by 4 legs to 2, doing so with a 90.12 average. 4 out of 8 on the finishing and a 105 out on the back of a defeat to Fallon Sherrock in the first game. Kantele is on the board. Right, round 2. Been and gone. Heavyweight battle coming up after the break as John Henderson takes on Fallon Sherrock.
Should go bull here.
135.
Oh, didn't even find the 25, which would have given her an opportunity of
47.
treble 20 and
Johnny
bull.
requires 75.
Treble 17, double 12 to wrap it up full zip. 18 tops.
To complete
Game
a
shot
4-0
and the match,
victory, and John Henderson
Henderson
gets the better of Fallon Sherrock in double quick time. So Henderson, a hat-trick of victories for him to kickstart the week, doing so with an 81.24 average, 4 out of 10 when it came to the finishing. Coming up after the break is the England captain, James Hurrell, taking on the Finn, Marco Kantele.
James, you require 52.
Of options here. He opts for 12 and tops.
Game
right
on
call.
the fourth leg, James Hurrell.
Well, his finishing now, well, so far, has been superb. 3 from 4.
He's been in positions to win games previously. But can he finally cross the finishing line at the third
Game
time
shot
of asking?
and the
The
match,
answer
James
is
Hurrell.
yes. James Hurrell gets the better of Marco Kantele by 4 legs to 1. The Hillbilly on the board on Monday morning here at the Super Series, doing so with an 89.5 average, 4 out of 7 when it came to the finishing. As for Kantele, well, that was below par in comparison to what we've seen previously from him today. An average of 84.23 and 50% on the doubles, but he only had 2 attempts at it. Right, next up, Lipscomb Michels.
Moreno, you require 100.
Tops to level up. Double 10.
Game on the second leg, Moreno
It's a friend.
Michels.
1-1. Chance. 2 in hand, a double 4. Now down for 2-2s.
Game
The
on the fifth
3-2.
leg,
And
Moreno
Michels is now
Michels.
throwing for the match.
Moreno, you require 96.
For the match, for the win by 4 legs to 2. It's going to be 2 in hand, a double 18.
Game shot
And Moreno
and the match,
Michels
Moreno
makes it
Michels.
2 wins from 3 on his Super Series debut. Getting the better of Adam Lipscomb by 4 legs to 2. And his miserable start to the day continues. Michels, well, he missed 11 darts, a double in that one. 3 maximums, the scoring is okay, but work to do on the finishing. He's 2 from 3. Next up, it is Sherrock against Hurrell.
3.
I won't be very buoyed if Sherrock can take out the 1-4-3, double 16.
Game
That is
on the first leg,
superb from
Fallon
Sherrock.
Sherrock.
What a start!
10 for tops. some
Game
dart
shot on the
that,
fifth leg, James Hurrell.
to navigate around that blocker.
7.
If she gets a go. If she gets a go. To win the game in style. It's double 10 for
Game
Hurrell.
shot. And the match,
The hillbilly
James
with the
Hurrell.
haymaker blow.
Moreno, you require 65.
Pressure to hold. Finds the 25.
Game shot on the first
Perfect.
leg, Moreno Michels.
Hitting the big 9 to leave 15. 42 leaves 32.
Can he kiss that off the barrel?
Game
Yes,
shot
is
the
the
second
answer. So
leg, John
1-1.
Henderson.
Michels had the opportunity to open up a 2-0 lead, had 3 clear darts at double 12 to do exactly
Third
that.
leg,
Series 5 in some form. Over the weekend, Luke Littler played 30 matches in 5 tournaments. His running average, 95.87. That's bonkers.
Game shot on the
That's
fourth leg,
tops.
John
That's
Henderson.
2-2. That's a 15 darter for John Henderson. The average is 103 and 102. I've only had a couple of them, and both have involved Fallon Sherrock. Winning one against Adam Lipscomb and losing the last game against James Hurrell by that margin, although that could be rendered irrelevant as Michels piles the pressure on with a max.
Well,
94.
180
Moreno, you
to
require
leave
27.
27 was a little different. But it
Game
worked.
shot. And the match,
As Moreno Michels
Michels.
pulls off a real shock win. It was a convincing win. 4 legs to 2 with an average of 99.89. His best TV performance prior to playing in this Super Series. With an average just over 83. And the unbeaten run of John Henderson comes to an end, and he's joined on 6 points by Moreno. Up next, Marco Kantele against Adam Lipscomb. Second
80.
180 of the day.
That's his
Game
top
shot on the first
shooting. Very
leg,
good.
Adam
Break and throw.
Lipscomb.
1-0. 15 dart leg.
Adam, you require 113.
Should be treble 18 here. Here's treble 18. It's now tops.
93.
Oh, he's miscounted. He's
Marco,
miscounted.
you require 35.
And is that going to be a crucial miscalculation for Adam Lipscomb? He looks up to the heavens. He can't quite believe what he's done. Keep him in the contest. And so Kantele is going to get a go at tops to seal a 4-1 success, and it's going to keep
43.
Lipscomb deep-rooted
Marco,
to
you
the bottom of the
require
table.
40. Game
And
shot.
Kantele
And
gets the
match,
job
Marco
done, and he is
Kantele.
beginning to grow to the task, is the Finn. 4 points to his name. That is 2 wins now to his name, and a 4-1 victory against Adam Lipscomb, an 86.04 average. But there's a couple of caveats to that, mainly because of the leg before. Other than that, it was a fairly solid performance on Kantele. Adam Lipscomb work to do, 4 games, 4 defeats. And that is the end of the 4th cycle of fixtures. We kick off with Moreno Michels against Fallon Sherrock after this short break.
Game shot on the fourth leg, Moreno Michels. 76.
For the match, 76 for Fallon Sherrock to complete a 4-1 success. It's going to be a dart at tops. And that's all she
shot.
needs.
And the match,
Fallon Sherrock
Fallon
completes her
Sherrock.
day with 3 wins from 5, and she is very much in the equation as far as Group A is concerned. A convincing victory against Moreno Michels, who just dragged a little bit below the best form that we've seen from him today. But what we have seen from him on day 1 are some very positive signs for the week to come. But for Sherrock, a 4-1 victory to round off her day, and we're going to see Adam Lipscomb and James Hurrell's day come to a culmination on the other side of this short break. Can he notch one just below?
Game
Yes, is the
shot on
answer.
third leg,
Use that
James
first
Hurrell.
dart beautifully. Oh, nice trick, James. And Lipscomb would be in trouble. Level 16 to
Game,
complete
shot,
the job.
and the match,
And that is 3
James
wins from
Hurrell.
5 as far as James Hurrell's concerned. Adam Lipscomb's first day couldn't really have gone any worse. 5 defeats from 5. He's got it all to do on Tuesday and Wednesday just for a Group B spot. Lipscomb defeated 4-2 by the Hillbilly, who averaged 87 and change. 4 out of 7 when it came to the doubling. And coming up after the break, our final game of the day, John Henderson, the table topper, can assert his authority, going 2 points clear of the at the top of the table if he beats Marco Kantele next.
Not one for technology, me, Henry.
Endo's one for the maximum hitting. It's the
180.
first of this match. On for a potential 11 dart break of throw is Hendo.
140.
But it's going to be under
Daniel
pressure.
Hoare,
Kantele
81.
leaving himself on a finish. Twelve will do. Triple 12 leaves double 13. Oh,
Game
yes,
double
John
second,
Henderson.
John Henderson.
Sneaks into the bottom corner, but it's a 2-0 lead over a 12-dart leg. A nigh on perfect day to kick-start his campaign here at the Super
Game,
Series.
shot,
Double
and a
18
match,
is found,
John
and the
Henderson.
Highlander hits the heights on day 1 of Group A. A nigh on perfect day to kick-start his campaign here at the Super
Game,
Series.
shot,
Double
and a
18
match,
is found,
John
and the
Henderson.
Highlander hits the heights on day 1 of Group A as John Henderson beats Marco Kantele by 4 legs to 0. Doing so over 95.43 average, 4 out of 9 when it came to the doubling. He is the man at the top of the pile. It is Hendo at the summit, but he has got a chasing pack in behind him. So, result on the final game sees John Henderson get the better of Marco Kantele by 4 legs to 0.
Yeah, comprehensive victory from John Henderson to round off his opening day's play. He ends the day on 8 points, but that's not really a reflection of how he's played all day, is it? Because his finishing in his opening 2 games left quite a bit to be desired.
Yeah, he got away with a couple, but finishes off the day with, for me, probably his best performance of the day across the board in terms of scoring and finishing. And that sets him up lovely tomorrow, because that will be the first game tomorrow morning, and well, Marco will be dwelling on that scoreline overnight.
Yeah, let's have a look then at the results from today. And that James Hurrell victory over Fallon Sherrock, a sublime 137 out to get over the line in that one. That felt significant at the time. Any other standout for you?
Yeah, I agree. I think that completely has changed his day and his approach to Tuesday and Wednesday. Of course, as he mentioned in that interview with you, he'd been travelling throughout the night, so a little bit sleep deprived, knows how we feel most of the time. But yeah, I mean, the only real disappointment for me today was Adam Lipscomb. He just, there was flashes, but he couldn't sort of put it all together across one match. And well, for him now, it's all about Group C.
Yeah, as a result of that James Hurrell problem then, if you like, last night, getting his flight back over here, do you think we'll see a higher level from him overall tomorrow?
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so. I mean, he started off those matches so well and then just completely went missing. Well, when you're tired, sometimes you, like I say, you can sort of start to force things, and if the brain's not connecting with the arm, that's what can happen. But yeah, overall, listen, he's dodged a bullet there to get away with 6 points in the end. Only 2 off the lead is very useful.
Yeah, and Adam Lipscomb, just a word on him. He ends the day without any points to his name. We just saw that miscount from him there as well. I think by the end of the day, he just started to capitulate slightly, hadn't he?
Yeah, and we see it so often, don't we? When you sort of get separated from the group and you've not got a win, you know, there's so much emphasis on getting that first win, so you feel like you're involved, and it's going to be a tough couple of days for him. You can almost see he's trying too hard, and sometimes when you're sort of trying too hard, you lose focus, and that's why you miscount.
Yeah, someone who certainly hasn't lost focus today is John Henderson. He's chatting now to Henry Deacon.
John, I spoke to you at the start of the day with a smile on your face. I speak to you at the end of the day with a smile on your face. 4 wins from 5. Just your assessment of the day.
It was hard, don't get me wrong, it was very hard, but I felt as though I played all right. Probably the best game I played all day was the one I lost, if I'm being in averages-wise, but no, you just come in here, you're playing against good players. I do what I need to do, and hopefully I can continue with that tomorrow.
Did you feel like in a group like this that's very competitive, you had to hit the ground running straight away?
Definitely, some big names here. I can obviously James Hurrell and Fallon's there as well. And I'm playing two-player. I've played recently in the back end of TV events, and Marco and Marino. And I don't know much about Adam, but he's a local lad. But no, I knew it was every game's hard, and I went in here thinking just the same as every game. But no, I'm happy the way I've come out with one defeat, and obviously the one defeat's probably my best game. But no, fair play. I'm playing well.
And day one, of course, nothing's wrong, but you can really set yourself in the week, can't you, for a day like this?
Oh, definitely. We all want to get to that top spot on Wednesday night. There's no question about that. But no, tomorrow's a new day. We're all hungry for what we're doing. But no, I'm hungry for this. I'll come in like the same way I did the day, and hopefully it goes my way.
Well, good day today. We look forward to watching you tomorrow. John, well done.
Cheers, Henry. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, great to hear from Hendo there. Just one final question on him. We have been talking a bit about his inconsistencies of late. Do you think that could have anything to do with the fact he said himself this year he's playing more darts now than when he had a tour card? Do you think that could be playing some kind of part?
Yeah, possibly, but as a player you want to be playing as much as possible. You've got to sort of pick your windows to have some downtime and just sort of reflect on things and then work on areas of your game. What can happen when you're playing all the time is you don't have enough time to then work on those parts, and it may have been the finishing for him, because his last series of the Challenge Tour events, he was sort of averaging mid-80s, and we know he's a far better player than that. And that maybe he's just coming out of a bit of a slump in form. I mean, there was spells today, he looked very good.
And just finally, a word on Fallon Sherrock as well, because she's one of 3 players on 6 points, took out a 143 as well today, treated us to the highest average of the day as well, 105.5. What did you make of her overall?
Yeah, I think she'll be the one that feels aggrieved the most not to be on 8 points, really, because she had 2 opportunities to beat James Hurrell in different legs, 2 darts in each leg, and well, he pulled out a tremendous finish to win the match, don't get me wrong, but that was one that she really should have won. Yeah,
let's just remind you then of how things stand after the opening day's play in Group A. 15 games played, and it's John Henderson who leads the way, a really healthy leg difference as well, plus 11 to go with his 8 points accrued today. But Moreno Michels, what an impressive debut day from him, the only player to have got the better of John Henderson. How do you see him building on that tomorrow? Because sometimes we do see, don't we, players can have a really good debut day, but then they fall off when that adrenaline starts to fall away as well.
Yeah, I think he'll be over the moon. Listen, there was nothing to suggest he was playing that well coming into this week, but I thought he's been outstanding. I mean, there is a big range between his good stuff and very good stuff. That he'll have to tweak over the next couple of days, but he's right in the mix for a place in Group B.
He certainly is. So after day one, it is John Henderson who leads the way at the top of the table. We'll be back from 9:30 tomorrow to see how move-in day unfolds. Make sure you come and join us.